Hi, welcome to my channel. This video is about how the word baptism got into every single version, and it's a slang word that was a created word. Um, and so the word means immersed, and in every language you can be immersed in many different things. Even the word baptizo, which is the Greek word, you can be immersed in many different things. And so it got into the King James, of course, because King James was sprinkled. And that's why the King James has the word baptism. Well, we understand that. Well, understand this. The denominations put together other versions, denominational panels of people, and they wanted to teach exclusivity through water baptism. So they left the word baptism in there, because if they put immersed, I show this in another video, Romans 6 is about spiritual and righteous immersion. And when it talks about the word baptism, it's used only in Romans 6 and not anywhere else in the whole book, because you're supposed to know this is a spiritual righteous immersion. And it uses being baptized into Jesus Christ, which is spiritual, or even it mentions baptized into his death, burial, which is a spiritual thing. It does not mention water immersion. It's talking about a spiritual thing. And John said that Jesus had a mightier baptism of fire and of spirit. And so we want to have Jesus' baptism of a spiritual acknowledgement of everyone that received Jesus. He gave he gave them the power to become sons of God. And so we want to be sons of God with a spiritual immersion, like on the day of Pentecost. Everyone there, 3,000 people got baptized, and it would take too long to baptize all of them to make this point of water immersion than it would that they were saved when they received the word that was said, and they were forgiven of crucifying Jesus. This was the sin that was to them. It wasn't menial sins, because they were accusing the apostles of drinking. So they weren't having to repent of drinking or sins. It was crucifying the Son of God, and the world would have killed these people if they known that they had killed the Son of God or an angel or anything of that nature. They would have killed these people, and very well may have killed these people, along with people like the jailer and his family may have gotten slaughtered for letting all the prisoners go in the end, even though they were baptized, and it says they would be saved, so maybe they were saved. But that's off the subject. What the subject here is that baptism is a slang word that ended up in every version, and people take their version and they say, oh, well, it's better than the King James because you can understand it. Well, that's not true, because the word baptism would need to be translated immersed. It would need to be translated that way if it's to be better understood. But these denominational people put it together, and they want you in an exclusive club. And remember that on my channel I teach that exclusivity is how you recognize a faith is in error, because Jesus said, other sheep have I, and I will bring them all into one fold. And Abraham was to count the stars. Israel was as or like the stars, but he was to count the stars more than the sands of the sea in number, as to saved people. So don't let anyone fool you that exclusive group of people is how you have to be saved, or only by water immersion. This is a major error that's in the Bible, and there's two errors with it. One is that the word is a slang word, and the other one is that you can be immersed in many different things. But there ends up being several other errors with using this word baptism. And so just note that your translation is no better than the King James, and we already understand that the King James was translated that way because King James was sprinkled, and they didn't want to have their heads cut off, because that's what he would do to them. So subscribe to my channel. I have a playlist, Jared McDade's Proof Commentary, of videos like this, several videos, more than 200 videos right now at this time. And And please note that this is a way to find theology disproving, because theology is theories, not the study of God. The theologians tell you it's the study of God, but it's always a theory, and there are thousands of theories that they teach, and you can find them disproved here on my channel.